I know that Nerdrotic makes the RIP Doctor Who hashtag trend quite often, but it's time to get RIP Star Wars going, as the Acolyte ratings are in over the first 5 days, and it looks absolutely dismal as the third episode's about to come out here today, which is going to make matters worse. We'll get into all of this in just a moment. Wow, what a path we took to get here. And it wasn't the Jedi path. It was this abomination of fake Jedi that they're doing with the Kathleen Kennedy, Leslie Headland, weird politics crew screwing up everything all the way around. Oh, my name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling science fiction author, and I wrote a trilogy that's way better than any of the new Star Wars stuff, Justified, Saga of the Nano Templar. If you enjoyed the original trilogy, if you like the extended universe, if you like Warhammer 40k, any of those cool things, you'll really enjoy this series. So check this out. It's on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description below for you. It's on print, ebook, and audio for your convenience. And thank you guys for reading. It's been an awesome month. All right, so I wrote for PJ Media this morning, which is where I'm writing these days for a lot of my journalism. And I did a summary for everybody there who probably hasn't been following the saga of the Acolyte, of just about how bad it's been the entire way through. Obviously, when it was announced that Leslie Headland was going to be showrunning a Acolyte show, we knew back in the day that this was going to be a queer Star Wars experience. Because she said as much. She gushed about watching Frozen as an adult. All these people are overgrown children. I mean, they really are. And they're just narcissists who want to put themselves into something so they can experience Star Wars as themselves. And I guess that's what she wants here, even though she's not black, so I don't understand how that's going to work. But, maybe she deep down desires to be black. Maybe that's what's going on here. So it's a train wreck, and I made sure to point out to the readership here that Leslie Headland, of course, comes from a pedigree of Harvey Weinstein. Let us never forget where this all shows up for the Acolyte here. And over the last couple of weeks, they've been spending their time going to the media, complaining that fans are racist and sexist and homophobic, and there's no room for hate in Star Wars. Okay. And this whole narrative has basically been the media's entire deal. They're saying that there's a vocal minority who are review bombing the Acolyte, which is sitting at 26% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, about the lowest I've ever seen, and definitely the lowest for a Star Wars series. And of course, they're claiming it's all over identity politics. It is all over identity politics, but it's not our fault, much like that Shill Media article said yesterday. It is their fault because they made it about identity politics. This is their marketing campaign that they wanted to say it's the queerest Star Wars yet, that R2-D2 is a lesbian, that it's all about diversity and not about the actual show contents itself. This is something that they went out and made a stinker of themselves, right? And so the media is still going, and a big thing that was happening over the last couple of weeks is also the ratings, right? They were saying it was a tremendous success. This is Star Wars News and StarWarsNewsNet.com, one of the show medias that defend Star Wars. And of course, I didn't write this. But this is exactly how they go. They say the Acolyte is shaking up to be a potential monster hit for Disney Plus, with Star Wars series amassing 4.8 million watchers for its 2-episode premiere in its first day. Now, divided by 2, because it's 2 episodes, that really means that about 2.4 million people were watching each episode. Okay, that's slightly lower than the Doctor Who premiere on the BBC, as I mentioned in my other video, and they claimed that this was going to make Ahsoka ratings look like they paled in comparison, that Ahsoka was nothing compared to this, because Ahsoka's 2-episode premiere only got about 14 million in 5 days. So they were saying, trying to gaslight everybody that this is 1 day. So if you multiply that times 5, it's going to have 25 million views. Well, the idiots there, they're not idiots. This is just spin. They think you're idiots, and they think that if it had 4.8 on its first day, that means it's going to continue to have 5 every day from there on out. But shows don't work that way. People watch the first day, and then there's like a 50+% drop off the second day, 50+% drop off the third day, and it continues like that. It's like exponential lower views as it goes on. People don't just tune in over and over and over again. It's like movie releases. Like you always see the first week they get their main nut, and then the next week it's always a huge drop off, right? With very, very rare exceptions. So they acted like this was going to be a giant hit, that it was going to blow Ahsoka out of the water, thinking it was going to get 25 million views versus Ahsoka's 14 million. So they were expecting an audience increase of almost 100% from Ahsoka. Well, this just didn't end up being true, much like everything else that the media always says. And you can see this. I mean, they did this. One area to compare it to is Ahsoka, which garnered 14 million viewers in 5 days. We don't know how front-loaded or leggy the viewership ended up being. And so they wanted to act like that meant something really big for the Acolyte. But the real numbers are in now, and it's looking really dismal for Disney. And when you get to those real numbers, the Acolyte's viewership is actually down to 11.1 million over 5 days. So no, there wasn't this 5 million viewers every day. It was all front-loaded, and they barely doubled their efforts over the next 4 days. So this is a huge deal. Instead of this 100% gain that they were expecting, Disney had a 20% drop from Ahsoka. And this is a much more expensive thing to produce than Ahsoka was, too. Ahsoka, of course, had 8 episodes, so it's looking very similar in that level in how they're doing these things. But their budget was around $100 million for Ahsoka. So you had a budget of $100 million for 8 episodes there. These are shorter episodes, you got to remember. And the budget for this is $180 million. So they went all in on diversity Star Wars here. Disney decided to really drop their entire nut on this, much like they did with Secret Invasion. They really thought that Samuel L. Jackson doing a scroll thing for Marvel was going to revitalize the Marvel brand, and then they just didn't nobody tuned in. Everybody was tuned out by that point. Thing is, just like Marvel, Star Wars has lost the respect of the audience. They've lost the goodwill of the audience. And so through Obi-Wan, through Ahsoka, through the Book of Boba Fett, those train wrecks, they have made it so that everybody pretty much tuned out at this point. They're burnt out on just crappy stuff. And when you go in there and you start talking about how this is going to be some sort of LGBT thing that's going on, you're just going to find very quickly that nobody wants to watch it, because you're going to tune out all the normal people on top of what you've already lost from your regular Star Wars fans. Now, of course, this next episode's about to come out, episode 3. And in episode 3, after talking with Chris Gore with Film Threat, he says that there's going to be a lesbian mother of a witch coven, showing the background of how these two twins, the black queer twins, came to be. And so they're going to start pushing the My Two Moms thing, much like we saw in the Doctor Strange movie, in order to get golf claps from the LGBTQ community for Pride Month. And once that hits, apparently, we also get just lectured with pronouns, and it really starts to go off the rails even more than the boring first couple of episodes where it featured 0 white males, except for one guy kind of in the background who offed himself. But the main cast was completely devoid of white males, and this was an intentional thing. Because if you are at this point not thinking that it's intentional to present this imagery of, quote, diversity, where it's all black women controlling everything, with their like cucky Asian guys following them around, then wake up. That's exactly what they're trying to do across the board. And now they're trying to add the LGBTQ component to it, to push things further. It's a depopulation agenda by the globalists is really what it is, because all these people are tied in. I can't remind you enough that Leslie Headland was Harvey Weinstein's assistant, and you know exactly what he was doing. You know how he's all connected with all this crap. These globalists and the elite in Hollywood, the entitled millionaires out there that complain about you for not watching everything they do, they're all tied in, and it's all a political agenda. And this political agenda has absolutely killed Star Wars. The ratings are abysmal for the amount that is produced. for a 20% drop when they had nearly 100% double the budget of Ahsoka. Not good. Not good. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with a review of Episode 3 for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button and check out our review of the first couple episodes of The Acolyte. And also make sure to check out Justified, Saga of the Nano Templar, which is an awesome, awesome book. You guys are really going to love this. I'll see you soon.